What's up, guys? Today I'm going to review Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. Now, Gundam is one of my favorite animes out there. It was, when I was a kid, getting home from school, watching, Gundam Wing, I thought it was awesome. Well, actually, at first, when I first seen Gundam Wing, I just I never really cared too much about the robots. I hated Robotech, never did like it, and I never did watch it at first. And then I started watching it again. This girl Tiffany said, it's really good. You got to watch it. I'm watching my holy shit, man, that shit's awesome. And Hero Hero was just badass. The character was just badass. The mold suits was just badass, and it was awesome. And that got me into Gundam 0079. Even though the animation was a lot older, the story and the characters what drove it for me. And it really showed that you can't really judge looks by anything. If I even back and actually watched Robotech a little bit, and I actually like Robotech. You really can't just look at the graphics or something, because it's old or something, and just judge it. You actually got to watch it and sit down through it. And it was really entertaining. Gundam has gotten hugely popular. It's come up with so many model kits, action figures. I mean, you name it. I mean, the amount of Gundam games that are out there are just insane. Most of the Gundam games will never come to stateside release. Well, let's go get started, guys. Okay, the game has a story mode, the online mode, and the options. The online mode is really lacking. It's not really worth your time. The story mode this time around has an all-new original story mode, and it is just one of the weakest story modes out there. Now, throughout the game, you can select, characters that you will unlock through the game, which allows you to get more out of the story-wise. And there's not much different to it. A lot of the characters have some of the same story route. There's a lot of suits you can unlock, a lot of suits, and you get them by playing missions. And this is pretty much where you spend most of your time doing the game. Instead of having a lot of suits unlocked at first, like playing your favorite mobile suits, that's not going to happen here. It's just not. And instead of playing, if you want to play as Zakura 2, you're going to have to get it, or the harder mobile suits, like Wing Zero and stuff like that. You actually have to play the game a little bit more to unlock more suits. And also, each character can only use a certain suit. Now, after a one player like Armor pilots a new Gundam so many times, I bet it's 5 times. Then every character is able to pilot that suit, because you can go to the shop and then buy a license. That's right, it costs money to buy a license. You gotta play with every single suit at least 5 times, just for any character can pilot that suit, and it gets very repetitive, extremely repetitive. You can't really fly over any objects. You pretty much just go through a straight path. Make a left turn here, go straight, make another left turn here, go straight, make a right turn. And your object of the game is to go to a squared circle. And it hasn't been captured yet. Now, the 2 things you do when you go to a square circle that hasn't been captured yet. 1, when you go inside of it, you automatically take over it. 2, if you go inside it and there are enemies there, you pretty much beat all the fucking enemies, and that's where it pretty much goes to. You just beat all the enemies, and then you capture that area. Now, the object of the game is to capture all areas. Now you can also call in support, like I just did right now. You can call in support, and they'll come in and do a special attack with you, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. It's just you're gonna find yourself hacking away. You can actually keep your combos on going. You can actually dash. Like, for example, you can do a combo, attack, then dash, and continue your combo. Also, if you press the B button, or O, depending on what system you get to, you can do a special attack called the Muso, like you're seeing right now. It's a really strong attack. Also, if you're near a teammate and you can hit O with them, and it has this electricity spark, let you know that they can also use a Muso attack. When that does, you can do a team Muso attack. And the game, pretty much the environments, they look okay, nothing special. Most of the time you just run straight past it until you get to the next zone. and you just rinse and repeat the process. You know, you fight more enemies. The enemies are so weak, they're so lacking, they have hardly any intelligence, there's no skill. Instead of having an actual fighting game like Ninja Gaiden, you know, or Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, Ninja Gaiden 3 suck ass by the way, I expected a lot more. There's really no good combo system here. It's just Dynasty Warriors all over again. Except for this is a lot less shit to do. You know, last character at the start off, the story mode is very unentertaining. Pretty much, the characters are in the world, they don't know where they're at. They're just stuck here and trying to find out where they're supposed to go to. And also, if you don't actually beat all the areas first, like you just seen, you go inside, you'll get your ass whipped by these cannons, and they'll beat your ass. Basically, they're telling you to get the fuck up out of here. You're not going to come here yet. And you have to get all the other circles first, while the squares, then go back inside the camp and defeat the last boss. Sometimes the last boss might be a simple mobile suit like a damn Dom, you know, or Zaku too. And that's pretty much where it comes down to. And then sometimes you fight a big ass mobile arm like a big zombie. The game just is repetitive. It's not that fun. The story hardly take any place. Sometimes you get a cutscene here, but there's nothing big. It's just a very lame cutscene. And most of the game is just done through text. Now sometimes there's voiceover, sometimes they're not. And also, just like in a Dynasty Warriors game, while you're actually in combat, they will say the same shit over and over. This game really was a disappointment. Dynasty Warriors 2 was a lot better than story. It even included the story for the actual series that me and others have grown up to know and love. And also included an original story to where they're all matched together. This time around, they tried to make the story a lot better. And they failed. They tried to like put all the characters in one universe. They don't know why they're here. They're trying to find out. And along the way, you beat your enemies and they join you. Basically, have you ever been like a kid before and you had a lot of toys? Here's that Team Muso attack I talked about earlier. Let's say you had a lot of toys and you didn't really have a whole lot to do with it. You know, you had so many different kind of brands. Let's say you had Dragon Ball Z and Gundam and He-Man or something, you know, and you're like, well, shit. But just put them all in one universe, you know, let's play with them together. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. You know, the object of the game is just to beat ass enemies, find out why you're here, and save the day. I hadn't beat the game myself. As a Gundam fan, you know, I was kind of hyped up for the game. It looked good with the cell shaded, but at the same time, it's not the best graphic quality game. Look at that, a fucking Dom with the balls for this stage. See this shit? The game really failed, and to be honest, it's not worth my time or yours. The game is meant only for the hardcore Gundam fans who only love just the fact they can play as a favorite mobile suit, and that's really what it comes down to. Or people who just suck at fighting games, you know, like God of War, or action adventure games like God of War, or Ninja Gaiden. This game is just so repetitive, you hit the same buttons. It had some nice ideas, but it didn't improve anything on Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. I mean, it just didn't. The story is very lacking. It's horrible. The combat is just, you know, Dynasty Warriors. It's actually worse than Dynasty Warriors. You know, that's the whole object of the game, is just to collect more mobile suits and more pilots. I have to say this game sucks. You know, it's very disappointing. I have to go to 2 out of 5. You know, it's a major downgrade compared to the last one. I mean, when you get to the actual at the end of the stage, you're treated to a story scene. You're about to see it in a few seconds, and this story is just lame. It's just a bunch of characters, the lips flapping, and you see a text. There's no cutscenes. There's no animated video. You know. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Now, you can also get suits after every battle. You can actually get these mobile suit plants. This is pretty much how you collect mobile suits, you know, to fill the roster. But keep in mind, some of these suits are different stats. So, even though you get a new Gundam, there might actually be a better new Gundam. So, it's kind of weird. You can also upgrade some of these suits later on in the game. Also, increase your pilot's level. And instead of having to grind as much, you actually just buy your way up to the high level depending on how much cash you got. Here's a cutscene, for example. I mean, look at this. That's your cutscene, and that's it. You know, this game is just a waste of time, and I wouldn't even play it if I was you. You're better off playing other games. You know, Mostly Gundam Senki is a PS2 game. It's a Japanese game, and I bought it. And even though I don't know what the hell is going on, it is so much more better. It's so much better. There's so many games you can actually play besides this. Unless you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, or you're a Gundam fan who loves just simple games, or you just love simple games in general. This is for you. Other than that, stay the fuck away.
I still haven't acknowledged. I'm one of the weak. Fin bunnies, away! I'm sorry, but there are wrongs. Don't worry, I'm here. Anyway,